Nothing is too wonderful to be true if it be consistent with the laws of nature. There's nothing quite as frightening as someone who knows they are right. It is right that we should stand by and act on our principles, but not right to hold them in obstinate blindness or retain them when proved to be erroneous. Shall we educate ourselves in what is known, and then casting away all we have acquired, turn to ignorance for aid to guide us among the unknown? No matter what you look at, if you look at it closely enough, you are involved in the entire universe. I will simply express my strong belief that that point of self-education which consists in teaching the mind to resist its desires and inclinations until they are proved to be right is the most important of all, not only in things of natural philosophy, but in every department of daily life. In place of practicing wholesome self-abnegation, we ever make the wish the father to the thought. We receive as friendly that which agrees with, we resist with dislike that which opposes us, whereas the very reverse is required by every dictate of common sense. Who would not have been laughed at if he had said in 1800 that metals could be extracted from their ores by electricity or that portraits could be drawn by chemistry? I hope that in due time the chemists will justify their proceedings by some large generalizations deduced from the infinity of results which they have collected. For me, I am left hopelessly behind, and I will acknowledge to you that through my bad memory, organic chemistry is to me a sealed book. Some of those here, Hoffman for instance. Consider all this, however, as scaffolding, which will disappear when the structure is built. I hope the structure will be worthy of the labor. I should expect a better and a quicker result from the study of the powers of matter, but then I have a predilection that way and am probably prejudiced in judgment. Nature is our kindest friend and best critic in experimental science if we only allow her intimations to fall unbiased on our minds. The force of the temptation which urges us to seek for such evidence and appearances as are in favor of our desires, and to disregard those which oppose them, is wonderfully great. In this respect, we are all, more or less, active promoters of error. In place of practicing wholesome self-abnegation, we ever make the wish the father to the thought. We receive as friendly that which agrees with, we resist with dislike that which opposes us, whereas the very reverse is required by every dictate of common sense. Do not refer to your toy books and say you have seen that before. Answer me rather, if I ask you, have you understood it before? We receive as friendly that which agrees with, we resist with dislike that which opposes us, whereas the very reverse is required by every dictate of common sense. The 5 essential entrepreneurial skills for success are concentration, discrimination, organization, innovation, and communication.
Studiando, noi diventiamo tutti filosofi. Dovrete dunque avvezzarvi. Ogni volta che un risultato vi sorprende, specialmente quando questo risultato vi par nuovo, dovrete avvezzarvi, dico, a chiedere a voi stessi o ad altri: qual è la causa di ciò? Perché le cose succedono a questo modo? E presto o tardi finirete sempre col trova. Non saprei meglio terminare le nostre conversazioni che esprimendo il desiderio che possiate nella vostra esistenza meritare d'essere comparati ad una candela, che possiate com'essa brillare qual fiamma per coloro che vi circondano, che possiate in tutte le vostre azioni emulare la bellezza del lucignolo, adempiendo con onore ed F.
See how beautifully these are colored. You see here mauve, magenta, and all the chemical colors recently introduced, applied to candles. I was at first almost frightened when I saw such mathematical force made to bear upon the subject, and then wondered to see that the subject stood it so well. Letter to James Clerk Maxwell, 25 March 1857, commenting on Maxwell's paper titled On Faraday's Lines of Force. I am no poet, but if you think for yourselves, as I proceed, the facts will form a poem in your minds. By Michael Faraday.